Hi. Hola.
Hi, here's Mr. Dozy.
This is Michael Bradley.
Hey, I'm Memphis.
Hey.
Hola. Hello.
I'm here with soccer.com.
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 And I'm talking with my friends soccer.com.
See you soon.
Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Adidas Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit in the latest Speed of Light solar yellow colorway. Now included with the shoes inside the box is a string bag. It's black perforated mesh with black strings, and then of course has the Adidas and Ace logos there on the front in white. And then of course you get the shoes themselves, which I have right here. Now this is of course the PrimeKnit variation of the Ace with laces, which is a lot different from the Pure Control, unlike what a lot of people think. And we're going to talk about those differences in today's video. So if you are interested in learning more in regards to tech specs, the way these fit, feel, and perform, the weight of the shoe, we're going to cover all of that in today's video. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around, watch the entire vid. If you are interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can check out the review page on my website. That'll be the very first link down below in the description. There will also be a pop-up on screen, and on that page you will find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these guys up below their normal $225 retail price. So again, if you're interested in a pair, pop up on screen, link in the description, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's take a closer look at the colorway. Now this being part of the Speed of Light pack, you're gonna find that the upper is solar yellow in color as the main color, and solar yellow is basically neon yellow. Now, because this does have exposed PrimeKnit in that the covering is translucent, you can see that the PrimeKnit material is a combination of that neon yellow color and more of a standard yellow, which actually doesn't look too bad. You can see you have more of that standard yellow here around the actual collar area of the shoe. The Adidas stripes are black and then fade to, I guess it's gloss black into matte black, or almost like a very, very dark gray, if that makes any sense. Black laces, Prime Skin and Ace branding there in silver, the Adidas branding on the back of the heel in black, and then of course the sole plate is solar yellow in color with black details on the bottom and translucent black studs, which actually look really, really good too. So if you're a fan of neon yellow, there's a lot to like about this particular colorway. Let me know what you guys think of these down below in the comment section. Do you like how they look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. From a performance standpoint, I actually really like the Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit. It is one of my favorite models on offer from Adidas at the moment. Now, if you guys do want more information on how these things fit, feel, and perform, or you just want to see the shoes in action, I do have a playtest video up on my channel. If you haven't seen it, there'll be a little pop-up on screen, so you can go ahead and check it out. But for the sake of this video, we're going to go over the basic tech specs and features that you should know about if you are planning on picking these up. Now, like I mentioned at the start of the video, a lot of people want to compare these to the laceless Pure Control model, and these are drastically different. Yes, both feature PrimeKnit uppers, but the way that those uppers actually feel, both in terms of comfort, flexibility, as well as touch on the ball, are completely different things. The PrimeKnit on the Pure Control model is visible on the outside, but internally there's a lot of kind of harder synthetic material to add structure to the upper because of the laceless system that completely takes away from the sock-like sensation that you might expect based on how that shoe looks. If you want that sock-like experience, this is the one to go for. The upper is significantly softer, it's more flexible, the shoe fits a whole lot better in every single area, especially in the heel. Lockdown is significantly better, and the overall touch on the ball, like I said, is a lot more natural. It has that sock-like feel that I think a lot of people are looking for from this particular shoe. So in almost every single category, I really feel like this is a better shoe than the Pure Control. So unless you're absolutely fascinated with the fact that the Pure Control is laceless, if you're looking for a new top-end Ace model, I really feel like the PrimeKnit variation, the Ace 16.1, is the way to go, but that's just my opinion. Now with this shoe, you do get a PrimeKnit upper. It's got some decent thickness to it. Because of the knitted material itself, it does have a little bit of a padded feel, but it isn't what I would consider to be overly thick. It is on the thinner side, but if I had to compare it to anything else out there at the moment as far as knitted shoes go, it would be something like the Nike Magista Obra 1, just in terms of thickness and general touch on the ball. Not identical, but similar, and not really like the Obra 2, for those of you guys that are wondering. That shoe is particularly unique in terms of the touch that it offers. You do have some structure added to the upper, not so much in the forefoot just because it's left open, but where you have the Adidas stripes, those are there not just for looks and branding, they're actually there as a performance feature. So these are a TPU plastic material, very, very thin, but they have some stiffness to them. So when you slide your foot in and pull the laces tight, you'll immediately notice that where these stripes are positioned, the upper is a lot more kind of structurally sound, if that makes any sense. It locks your foot in place, holds it there really nicely. And it makes for, like I said, a nice locked in sensation. It's not the most responsive shoe in the world. It's not the best system just because the forefoot does still have a little bit of kind of movement to it. It's not the most locked down fit and feel, but still very, very comfortable. And I really didn't have any issues with this shoe at all. I actually enjoy wearing these quite a bit. The upper is finished off with the non-stop grip dots, something you're gonna find on most top-end models from the Adidas brand. You can see the branding right there. They're basically the wet control element from Adidas. And honestly, it's one of those features that, in my opinion, doesn't really have much of an impact on feel or performance whatsoever. Laces run through the middle, as you guys can see. You have the little cutouts here through the middle as well. The kind of cover where the laces cross at the top of your foot. This is kind of touted as a performance feature for control. But again, if you really think that's going to improve your control, sorry to tell you it isn't. But with the tongue, it's not really a tongue. This is kind of an internal structure, a tech fit system, if you will. Kind of like what you get on the X line, but not really. What you have is this collar. This is the PrimeKnit collar, which extends from what is normally a low cut shoe. So this material, which is an elasticated variation of PrimeKnit, runs along the side of the shoe and then basically kind of covers your foot up until this point. So it acts as kind of like an internal a sock, if you will. So you technically have two layers of PrimeKnit material holding your foot in place when you slide your foot in, and then you have the laces there to lock everything in and just make sure the shoe is wrapping your foot properly and giving you the proper fit. So really interesting system. It works quite well, very, very comfortable, despite this being what I guess is kind of a mid-cut shoe. It doesn't have a mid-cut feel at all. This is very comfortable out of the box. There's really nothing to get used to. These little side extension pieces, you don't notice them while you're playing. It's got a bigger opening, so it doesn't necessarily hug your ankle all that closely, for those that are wondering. And just like what you're gonna get from the mid-cut models from Nike, this is not a performance feature by any means. There's no ankle support here. There's no performance benefit to having this. It's just an extension piece that's there mainly for looks. So just keep that in mind if you are planning on picking these up. Internally, the liner is kind of like a PrimeKnit material at the top half and then a nice synthetic suede at the bottom half, which is very comfortable. No issues with heel slippage at all. The insole, fully removable. I'll give you guys a quick look at that. It features a kind of like a smooth material on top, perforations through the midfoot and forefoot area, and it's just a single layer of this black foam. Nothing fancy, but it does get the job done. And then moving on to the outsole, you do have a sprint frame construction here with the one-piece heel counter. It's a thin plastic material, has good flexibility to it. It makes a shoe a lot lighter than you might expect based on how it looks. And then of course you get the FG-AG stud pattern from the Ace line, which is basically the same stud pattern that Adidas has been using for the last little while. All conical studs, same layout as all the other models as well. And while I'll argue that this is definitely more of a firm natural grass stud pattern as opposed to a true AG stud pattern, you can use it on artificial grass. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not going to hurt the durability of the shoe. The performance is okay. It doesn't feel unsafe or clingy in any way at all. Just know that, again, if you do play exclusively on artificial grass, I don't really consider this to be a true AG stud pattern, but it does get the job done on both natural grass and artificial playing surfaces. No complaints in regards to traction at all. And again, it's a stud pattern Adidas has been using for quite some time now. It's pretty well proven at this point. So if you've used an Adidas shoe in the last couple of years, you'll be familiar with this stud pattern and you're unlikely to have any issues. When it comes to weight, the A16.1 PrimeKnit is lighter than you might expect based on how they look. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to weigh them for you today in real time using the scale. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. We're going to throw them on the scale and you can see that they weigh in at 7.8 ounces, the equivalent of 221 grams. So right under the 8 ounce mark, which like I said, is lighter than you might expect. They by no means feel heavy on your feet. They're not the lightest shoe in the world, but I think most people interested in these aren't too concerned about the weight anyway. So if you're looking for a comfortable shoe with a knitted upper that does offer that sock-like fit and feel, and you also want something that does have somewhat of a lightweight sensation to it as well, you're not going to have any issues with the weight of the A16.1 PrimeKnit. All right, so here is a look at the A16.1 PrimeKnits on feet. On my left foot, I have the stock black laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot, I have a pair of neon yellow reflective SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. You find a little pop-up on screen and a link in the description that'll take you directly there. So if you're interested in a pair, go ahead and check it out. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, they're very comfortable shoes from right out of the box. The PrimeKnit upper, especially in the forefoot and toe box area, is soft against your foot. It has good flexibility to it, and it feels very natural. The fit in the heel, despite this having a mid-cut collar, which obviously people will compare it to Nikes because of that, it feels very normal. The lockdown is very good. It's comfortable. There's no discomfort areas at all. The only thing that's going to feel or I guess take some getting used to, I guess is the best way to put it, is the midfoot area where the Adidas stripes are located. Those Adidas stripes, like I mentioned, are a stiffer material, so when you pull the laces tight, it does have a bit of a firmer sensation to the upper in that area of the foot. Again, something that may cause some very minor foot cramping depending on how tight you tie the laces, but with a little bit of adjustment and, like I said, just some time to get used to it, you're unlikely to have too many issues in regards to breaking these in, and you'll feel comfortable in them pretty quickly. As far as width is concerned, these are going to be suitable for most foot types. There is a bit of tightness through the midfoot because of those Adidas stripes. I wouldn't say that the shoe is narrow by any means. They'll fit most people, but if you do have particularly wide feet, maybe not the best option just because you're not going to get really much stretch out of the shoe, especially through that midfoot area. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. All right, guys, that is it for my review of the Adidas A16.1 PrimeKnit in the Speed of Light pack colorway. If you guys are interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can go ahead and check out the review page on my website. You can click either the I in the corner or the first link in the description, and on that page you will find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $225 retail price. If you have any questions at all regarding these, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.